Good morning, YouTube. Today, I want to see if a under $100 DIY ceramic coating is going to perform as good as a over $1,000 professional ceramic coating.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan. This is my garage, and this channel is all about the supercar ownership experience, buying and selling them, maintaining them, DIY working them. And today, I want to compare ceramic coatings because there's a lot of misinformation, and frankly, it's kind of hard to know what's true and what's not. When you go out and you ask for a professional ceramic coating, they are typically in the many hundreds of dollars, sometimes even over $1,000 for these ceramic coatings, which admittedly is because of the labor, right? The materials themselves are not that expensive, but they do cost some money, and then the time it takes to actually apply it does take some time. However, my Ferrari 458 just got done a ton of detailing work at Authentic Details, and they actually put on a professional grade ceramic coating. Now, this wouldn't have cost $1,000, but it's going to be in the many hundreds of dollars. So it's a high grade ceramic coating, supposed to last many years, and it's really good stuff. It's actually really impressive. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, I've been using some Avalon King Armor Shield 9 ceramic coating on a lot of my cars and a lot of my projects, and I'm a big believer that this stuff works pretty darn close to as good as the professional grade stuff. And best of all, this stuff is well under $100 for a single kit, and you can get away with one kit on a car. If you're gonna be doing a big truck or putting on multiple layers or things like that, you probably need 2, possibly even 3 kits if you're really going to town on this stuff. Generally speaking, under $100 is gonna cut it. So first of all, if you're interested in going and buying some Avalon King Armor Shield 9, go to avalonking.com. Okay, so this is one of their kits. We're gonna open it up and show you what comes in the kit. There we go. Oh yes, we have a sticker. It's always important to have a sticker. So here is the ceramic coating, and below that we've got a nice microfiber towel. We're going to use this to remove the ceramic coating once we apply it. We have some cloth that will be used to actually apply the ceramic coating. We have a little foam applicator sponge, and then we even have some gloves. So there's a ton of ways that you can prep the car properly to make sure that you get the most out of your ceramic coating. At a minimum, you really want to make sure that the car has been detailed and possibly even paint corrected before you put on the ceramic coating. Once you put on the ceramic coating, it's kind of going to lock in the condition of your paint for a while, unless you want to strip off the ceramic coating. So this car already has basically near perfect paint. There are hardly any swirl marks, so I don't actually want to touch it. I think I'm only going to make it worse because I'm not a professional and I don't really know how to do that stuff as well as a pro. So we're not going to mess with the paint. I washed the car before I put it in my garage a few days ago, so it's clean, but it has maybe a little bit of dust on it, and it could have some contaminants. So I'm going to rub down the entire car with some rubbing alcohol. We're going to do that to make sure that there is no contaminants whatsoever, and that way the paint is clear and ready to be applied on the ceramic coating. Now what's awesome is we're not just going to apply it to the paint, we're going to apply it to the glass, we're going to apply it to the plastic, we're going to apply it to everything. If you saw my other video, we applied it to the wheels, the brakes, the suspension components, and even the fender liners. All of those are already taken care of. In this video, we're going to do the paint, the glass, and any other exterior components on this car. Of course, we got the shop dog Mo helping me out. Moses, are you excited to clean up this car? Not really. You just want a treat, right? Oh, you just want the rubs? Yeah, you want the rubs. Okay, I'll give you some lovin's. Yeah, you're getting the lovin's. Oh, that's a good spot. Oh, right there. Yeah. That's a good spot. So once we're done applying all the ceramic coating, we're going to let it sit for maybe a day, and then we're actually going to test it and make sure that it works as good as the professional grade stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to dump some water in it, and it should clear off just as easily and as fast as it does on this car. Now obviously the big thing is going to be the professional grade stuff might last a little bit longer than the Avalon King Armor Shield 9, but given the right conditions, the Avalon King Armor Shield 9 should last years. So unlike wax, it does last a very, very long time, and it really does protect the car. I'm a big believer in this stuff, as you know. Okay, so step 1, we're going to clean the paint with some rubbing alcohol and get it set and prepped to put on the Avalon King Armor Shield 9. Okay, let's use some rubbing alcohol and a microfiber cloth and rub down the car and clean up any of the contaminants on the car. Mo's doing a good job holding down the floor. Good work, Mo. You're awesome. Alright, so we're going to move on to ceramic coating it with the Avalon King Armor Shield 9, and the way you do it is you actually have these little cloth things and this foam applicator pad, and you're supposed to wrap this cloth around the foam applicator pad and then put a couple drops of the Avalon King Armor Shield 9 on the pad. I found it's actually easier to use like a foam applicator sponge pad. It seems to go faster, so if you have one of these, use it. If not, use what's in the kit. It's adequate. It's just, this makes life just the slightest bit easier. I've done probably 10 cars now, so yeah, this is a little bit better. So all we do is we put on a couple drops on the pad, run it in perfectly straight streaks, let it dry for a couple minutes, and then buff it off, and that's it. It's super, super easy. It only takes maybe, I bet you we're gonna do this in under a half an hour. Okay, it's had a little bit of time to dry, so now we're gonna buff it off with the microfiber towel, and that's it. So we've got it all ceramic coated, and I don't know if you saw in the other videos, but even we did the brakes and suspension, so those are looking really clean as well. But as you can see, the paint just looks so good. There are a few flaws in this car, but they are very minor and very, very few. There's a few paint chips. There's some marks in the PPF, so like right there is a tiny mark in the PPF. It's kind of hard to see, but you know, it's not perfect. It's not a perfect car, but it is pretty dang good. This is really good condition. I don't think there's any chips in the windshield even. That is pretty impressive. It's looking really, really beautiful. This is an amazing car. Super, super pretty. Yeah, coming around the back, and yes, everything looks super good. Get off the car, bug. There. Yes, very, very pretty. We're gonna wait about a day or two for the Avalon King Armor Shield 9 to cure fully, and then we're gonna do a little experiment. So we'll be back in a day.
Eventually.
So if you didn't know, my 430 had a little bit of an incident where there may have been some fire involved. Oh, it's on fire. So you might want to go watch that video. So it's been a little bit longer than a day. It's actually been closer to 6 or 7 days since I put on the Avalon King Armor Shield 9. So the good news is it's fully cured. We're going to take these cars. We're going to take both of these cars. You're not going to believe what we're about to do. So I know you've seen videos where people will pour water in the car and the water just falls right off the car. And it actually is pretty impressive. But I thought I'd take it a little bit step further. We're going to put some maple syrup on the cars. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Yeah, nothing sounds sweeter than pouring a little bit of syrup on these cars, so we're gonna put some syrup on the hood. Then I'm gonna pour the water in the car, and theoretically, the syrup should just wash right off. Theoretically. How much do you trust your ceramic coating? Tell me that's just not an awesome sight. I have to say, having two Ferraris in my driveway does always make me smile. Yeah, that looks pretty epic. So we will do our comparison. Okay, so like I said, here's the plan. We're gonna pour some syrup on the hood. I'm gonna wait a couple seconds, and then I'm gonna dump the entire pitcher of water on the hood, and it should just wash the syrup right off, and then it should also just mostly fall off the car. And then after, I'm gonna wait about a minute, and I'm gonna take my little air cannon, and I should be able to blow off all the water without even taking a rag to the car. That's the theory. So let's test it out. We'll do the 458 first, which has the professional grade stuff. Then we'll do the Avalon King on the F430. I can't believe I'm gonna do this to my car. Here we go. Syrup.
Over the line!
Huh?
I'm sorry, Smokey. You were over the line. That's a foul.
And water. Well, that worked pretty good. Look, a little bit of syrup still right there and right there. Yeah, mostly came off. Yeah, yep. Might have to take a rag to that stuff. Use a little detailing spray. Okay, the 458 with the Pro stuff did pretty darn good. I mean, the syrup did stick a tiny little bit, not much, but basically the water took off almost all the syrup, and then I did have to use some detailer spray. So let's check out how the 430 with the Avalon King Armor Shield 9 performs. I hate doing this, but it does make the car smell kind of good. All right, here we go, syrup. And water. Just a little bit of syrup still. You can still see tiny streaks of it. Okay, so I think it's pretty fair to say that it performed basically the same on as far as the water rejection and syrup rejection in this case. So I'm going to call that proof that this is basically the same grade of stuff as far as in its brand new condition. Now, the thing that we can't test very easily is how will this stuff hold up after 2, 3, 4, 5 years. The stuff that's on the 458 is supposed to last about 5 years, and the Avalon King is supposed to last about 3 years. And of course, both of those matter a lot on how the car's stored, whether it's out in the sun a lot, whether it gets hit with a lot of rain, or basically the environmental conditions. That probably is the one thing that the Avalon King doesn't perform as good as the pro grade stuff, is the duration. Is that worth the, in some cases, 10x cost increase? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, it's hard to say. You could buy certainly a lot of kits of the Avalon King is for the same cost as you could getting one of these professional grade services done. I'm pretty satisfied with how the Avalon King performed. I think it's pretty much as good as the pro grade stuff, certainly in the short term. So for the cost difference, you could probably put on multiple different coats over the years and still have it end up being cheaper than the pro grade stuff. Ultimately, if you're looking to save money, the Avalon King Armor Shield 9 is going to save you some money. So again, if you guys are interested in buying some of that Avalon King Armor Shield 9, go to avalonking.com. There you can go pick some stuff up. It's pretty awesome. It's under $100 for a kit. Once you start buying 2, 3 kits, the price even goes down further. So you might just buy a couple kits or join up with a buddy of yours and get a couple kits for yourselves and split the cost, and it'll end up being a lot cheaper. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this. We do have lots of car stuff coming your way. This car is going to be auctioned off in a few days. Go to my website, normalguysupercar.com, if you're interested in doing that and seeing the auction and bidding on this car. We have lots of car stuff coming your way. You guys are going to want to stay tuned. It's going to be sweet.